Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to take a look at some really awesome news. There's lots of good news coming out, and frankly, ladies and gentlemen, I'm kind of excited by all of it. But I think what we need to start off with is a look at some new alternate art cards, or special art cards, which have gone and been revealed over in Japan, which quite frankly look absolutely amazing. And the thing is, I kind of want to start with both of them because they're both over the top beautiful and wonderful, but I suppose we need to pick one. So let's start off with Empoleon. Yes, there is a special art version of Empoleon. I should mention that we did look at the Urshifu special art cards the other day. So we knew that these were coming, and we knew that they were looking pretty awesome. Well, now we got a couple more. There might be more in the set other than Empoleon and Tyranitar. The secret rares from the set should be leaking tomorrow. That's when the cards are sent out to stores in Japan and when they start being opened, etc. So do check back tomorrow. So if there are any more, I can show you them. And if not, I'll still show you the gold cards and the rainbow rares and the full arts. They're all coming tomorrow, and I, for one, am rather excited. But this special art Empoleon, what can we say? Well, it's an Empoleon basically doing like Kung Fu or Tai Chi or yoga or something. But it's being mirrored by a Mean Shao on a rock next to it on a waterfall, and there are phalanx climbing all over it. Now, I rarely buy special art cards. I rarely get excited about special art cards. But I'll tell you something for nothing. You take Empoleon, one of my 6 favourite Pokemon. You put it with a nice little pose with Mean Fu. I think I said Mean Shao a minute ago. It's definitely Mean Fu. And Mean Shao is going to be my favourite deck from Battlestars. I'm absolutely convinced of it. You add in some Phalanx. I love Phalanx. Who doesn't? Then you put it in a waterfall, and I'm a man that grew up next to the sea, and I love basically being around water. And you make it a card that I'm really excited about. I don't usually run around buying special art cards. I will be getting a version of this Empoleon because it's amazing. And to be fair, the card itself has got that awesome ability whereby as long as it's active, your opponent's basic Pokemon without a rule box, i.e. other than V's, GXs and Prism Stars, have no abilities. Tell me that doesn't sound fun. The other special art card we've got here is Tyranitar. I adore this Tyranitar. In terms of artwork, it's literally Tyranitar passed out after having eaten loads of food. But the story of the card actually goes a little bit deeper. You see, there is a pig knight hiding behind a tree, and I think beginning to end, the Tepig Pig Knight Emball line is my favourite first partner Pokemon line. Now, Empoleon I probably just prefer as a Pokemon. But in terms of a 1, 2, 3, there is no first partner Pokemon evolution line I like more than the Emball line. So now you see a pig knight hiding behind a tree looking a little bit sad, and that makes me a little bit worried. But if we go to the art on the pig knight card, you'll notice that it is pig knight sitting around having a little bit of a feast in front of a tree. Yeah. You see what's going on here? Weirdly enough, not the same artist that drew these 2 cards, which I find very interesting. But clearly what's essentially happened, or at least my reading of the art is this. Pig Knight had a little bit of a feast, he's feeling all proud of himself, and then Tyranitar comes along and just makes him look stupid by eating so much more food. I love the little story between these 2 cards. It makes me absolutely delighted. And I don't love this as much as I love the alternate or special art version of Empoleon, but I'll tell you something for nothing, I'm probably going to have to pick up this one as well. I never got excited about any of these special art tag teams. None of them really appealed like that. Oh my goodness, these do, ladies and gentlemen. These look amazing. And if there are more that are revealed tomorrow, I find it extremely unlikely that I will like them as much as I like these 2. As for Tyranitar itself as a card, I don't love it so much. 3 energy, 60, discard the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. 4 energy, 240, discard the top 4 cards of your deck. It's fine. And don't forget, we got stuff like Houndoom that will allow you to accelerate single strike energy. And, right, let me say this nice and clearly now, because I've made this mistake, and I need to stop making it. Single strike energy only provides fighting and darkness. Does not provide any others. So if we look at Morile as a random example that I totally didn't get wrong yesterday, Morile is a metal Pokemon that uses metal energy. So you shouldn't look at Morile and go, oh, I can use single strike energy to pay that first attack. No, you can't, because single strike energy does not provide metal energy. I've made that mistake once with each of the 2 types of energy. Let's not do it again, Wassy, eh? So, you can accelerate the energy with Houndoom, and single strike energy lets you do an extra 20 damage. You can mill your opponent, or you can do giant damage. It's not a bad card by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not one that excites me like Empoleon does. And of course, the reason why Tyranitar has got the Pignite on the card is because we've got that previously seen Emboar, which allows single strike Pokemon to do an extra 30 damage. So the Pokemon on these special art cards are essentially reflective of the cards that we are going to be seeing, and I love that. Because of course, as well as the Mean Shao, we've also got a Phalanx that we have actually seen, which is going to be coming in the set. So these special art cards I'm showing you today very much are using single strike and rapid strike cards from the set. Now, another lovely piece of news which did just come down, I believe it was shared on the Japanese Twitter today, yes, this morning, are that you are going to be able to get yourself full art box toppers of both Phoebe and Corinna's Motivation, which is really kind of cool. Now, it looks like Corinna's Motivation is going to be for Rapid Strike Master. Remember, that is technically a Rapid Strike card. I say technically a Rapid Strike card because it is stamped as a Rapid Strike card, but it has no extra interaction with Rapid Strike Pokemon at all. Although do remember that it can be searched out with stuff like Octillery, because Octillery searches Rapid Strike cards. But, I mean, Corinna's Motivation is just a reprint of Bianca. It has no extra if you're Rapid Strike or any of that, which is a little bit weird. So clearly that's a Rapid Strike card, so it's got to be the box topper for Rapid Strike Master, which makes the full art Phoebe the box topper for Single Strike Master, which sounds really rather lovely. And to be fair, I think these are both really good cards. I mean, Corinna's Motivation, I love Corinna, just one of my favourite gym leaders, one of the top 3. And it's a reprint of Bianca. And Bianca saw a bunch of play when it was legal. It's also kind of a reprint of Lily. Remember, Lily did have the extra effect whereby if it was your first turn, you drew until 8 rather than drawing until 6. And I know that a whole bunch of people want to look at Corinna's Motivation and say, it'll see no play. And I understand that, but I was around when Bianca was around and that saw a bunch of play. And I was around when Lily was around and that saw a bunch of play, although it was a slightly better card. So I do think this will see a bunch of play. As for Phoebe, Phoebe's a great card. Phoebe basically says that for this turn, your Pokemon V Maxes go through any effects on the defending Pokemon. I mean, it is a massive slap in the face to Zamazenta, whose ability makes you immune to V Maxes. This is literally just a card that says, yay, now you can KO Zamazenta. Less of a slap in the face to Decidueye. It's a great counter to it, but Zamazenta literally has an ability that says it is immune to VMAXs or it can't be damaged by them. And Phoebe's like, ignore any effects on VMAXs when you attack. Ha ha ha. So if you're playing a VMAX heavy deck, because of stuff like Zamazenta and Decidueye, I expect that Phoebe will see a bunch of play. Now, there is one more piece of news that we do need to cover briefly here, and I might follow this up with another video in a few days when I've had a bit more think, when we got a bit more information, etc. Fusion Arts has gone and been registered as a trademark over in Japan. Now remember, whenever we're looking at trademarks on this channel that have been filed by Pokemon Japan, it's always in essentially the toy section of trademarks, because you have to file them under a particular thing. And it's, you know, it could be trading cards. Doesn't have to be, but it could be. Fusion Arts, I'm not so sure, if I'm honest with you, what this could be. We don't see much fusion in the Pokemon trading card game. However, Do remember a little while ago we saw a trademark filed for V-Union, or we saw a logo in fact, and we thought that was going to be all to do with Calyrex and the horses and Calyrex riding them and all of that, and it never actually ended up working out because we're getting Calyrex and we're getting Shadow Rider and Ice Rider Calyrex, but we're getting them as just Pokemon Vs. There's no fusion mechanic like we thought. We're going to cover this in a video in a few days' time when we get a bit of chance. So honestly, I'm not entirely sure here. This could be a new set, and to be fair, it could be the set that brings us V-Union. That would make a little bit of sense. Or it could be a new type of card, or it could be something else. It's not one I've got a really strong prediction on at the moment. It's one of those I want to have a chat to a bunch of people and I want to have a really good think about it before we get too deep into a video about it. But I did just want to share with you this trademark, so of course now you can share with me in the comment section if there's anything that you think you know about this, any prediction you want to make. I would absolutely love to hear it. Honestly, as it stands at the moment, I don't have a great prediction, and I'm sorry about that. It could be related to V-Union, it could be a new set name, it could be a new type of card, but I would love to hear your predictions, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/VTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.